And I'll show you how to create an offer. So the first thing you would go is to Marketplace here on the top. Then you would go to create an offer. Here you'll be able to select the various different cryptocurrency you want to sell. We have Bitcoin, Tether, USDT. So let's go with Bitcoin. You could sell Bitcoin or you could buy Bitcoin. Today, I'm going to show you how to make an offer to sell Bitcoin for mobile money. So you will start by clicking the Bitcoin button. You will go to sell Bitcoin. You will go to payment methods. In payment methods, you would type in Momo. You want to make an offer for Momo. Here, you would select the currency you want to do. In this case, let's do NGN. Here, you will also have the option to select your online wallet. At this time, I do not have an online wallet saved, but you could save your online wallet here, and you could pick the name and fill all this information out. That way, it'll make the payment, they'll make the trade go faster, and you'll be able to share that information via the trade. In this step, you will see breaks down exactly what's going on. It says about this step, you want to sell Bitcoin for Momo. You will see the NoOnes fee, and it will tell you that I'm making zero profit simply because I have not gone to the next screen where I get to enter the pricing. So let's walk through the pricing. Here you see market price. In here you see fixed price. In market price, you sell by margins. In fixed price, you sell by the currency, a fixed price of Bitcoin that you want to sell for. Let's sell by market price. Here you select the margins. In an advanced features, you get to see exactly what source you want to use as the source to get the Bitcoin price. You don't really need to use advanced margins, so just stick with basic, strictly straightforward. So let's go back to basic. Here you get to input the amount you want to make every time you sell Bitcoin. So you can sell Bitcoin at any amount you want. This is the number you put as much profit you want to make. So if you want to make 10% in profit, you put 10%. If you want to make 5%, 4% in profit, 14% in profit, you put 14. If you want to make 4, put 4. But in this case, let's just go with 10. So it breaks it down here that you're gonna sell Bitcoin and you're gonna make 10% on each trade. This is the current price of Bitcoin in Nigeria, and it breaks it down here how much you're gonna make per Bitcoin and what's gonna be your return on every Bitcoin you sell. Here you get to send your maximum amount, your minimum amount, and your maximum amount. So in this case, let's say you want your minimum amount to be 30,000 and your maximum amount to be 100,000. You enter it there. Here you get to set your offer time limits, meaning how long you want the trade to be open. So if you want the trade to be open 100 minutes, put 100 minutes. You want the trade to be open 30 minutes, you put 30 minutes. Keep in mind though, that you are the offer maker, meaning whatever time you set here is however long the offer is going to stay open. So if you set your time too high and the person who comes to your offer, the offer taker, does not cancel the trade, chances are you're going to be coin locked. And no one wants to be coin locked, especially when you're trying to make money on the platform. So by default, it's always good to select 30. Then you go to the next step. In the next step, you get to select offer tags. We have different various tags that do different things. We have verified, no verification needed, verified PayPal, photo IDs, friends and family, no receipt, no third parties. Each different tags means something different. No third party means you want to only receive payment from the person who's the account holder. And this is if you don't need any ID, and if you need no receipt, just choose the tag that best fits your requirements. In this case, I'm going to choose no third parties. Here you get to enter your label. This is the label that appears underneath the payment method. So for example, when you go onto the order book, meaning the marketplace, you will see the name of the offer highlighted. If you want to add anything on the bottom, you can simply add what you want to say. So in this case, I'm going to write fast. So fast would appear underneath my offer. Then you get to set your offer terms. Whatever offer terms you set here, it's what's going to show up on your offer. And it's also going to show up as the instructions when the person, meaning the offer taker, the person coming to your offer, opens the trade with you. So in this case, I'm going to say no third parties. Fast. All right, those are my offer terms. Here you get to choose the verification. So if you want to deal with customers who have verified their identity on NoOnes, meaning they check their KYC, you click this. If you don't care if they check their KYC, you uncheck that. KYC meaning we check their identity to just make sure to say who they are. And you can always uncheck them. For some reason, the boxes are not unchecking. Anyways, you can continue here. I don't know why that box keeps clicking. No idea. Under advanced options, you get to select the country that you want to target. So if you want to target, let's say Nigeria, Kenya, you fill this in. Normally I leave that option empty because you want to make sure you target as many customers as you want. You also get to enter your minimum trade requirements. This is also good to, if you're a newbie, to actually set this up. You want to make sure that your offer remains safe and you don't want to deal with those nasty coin lockers. So normally what I do when I set an offer, I always put 5 completed trades. At least that gives the customers that you deal with have some type of momentum. And normally when someone trades 5 times, they don't have the bad intention of coming to your offer, unlocking your coins. And like I said, no one wants your coins being locked. So I put 5 there. I'll try to limit myself to the amount that a newbie can open. But in this case, we can leave that blank. And you get to set countries as well. So if you want to block countries, you can block them here. If you want to allow countries, you can do it here. You get this nice little fancy selector here. And then you also have, if you want to block VPN, you can. Normally I don't care. So I normally just, if they have VPN, who cares? I still deal with them. It's best that you always deal with customers that even if they use VPN or don't use VPN, you should just deal with the customer regardless, because at the end of the day, you want to make sure your offer is available to more users as possible. The more users your offer is available to, the more money you can make on our platform. Here you also can select the time. This is a filter that I really don't use, and I suggest you guys don't use it either. Finally, you could go over your offer, everything's set, then you hit create an offer. When you hit create an offer, it's finally going to take you to this screen. It's going to tell you your offer has been created. At this point, you can hit view offer. And when you hit view offer, apparently you see I can't trade on my own offer. You won't be able to trade on your own offer, but the offer will now be displayed on our marketplace. And this is where you get to make money on our marketplace. Hope this video was educational, and now you finally guys know how to make an offer on our platform.